Could you start out by telling us who you are, your name?
My real name?
I guess both, yeah.
Okay. My name is Megan Wilmarth, and when I hit the trail, my name is Rascal, exclusively. I thru hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2019. In 2020, I went back and did another 700-mile section of the Appalachian Trail again, and did the long trail in 2020. Thru hiked the John Muir Trail in 2021, except for the last 60 miles, because fire closures.
Your spirit animal?
My spirit animal is a monkey.
What are you the most proud of?
I am most proud of how independent I am and how driven I am to chase after my passions and my goals.
What are you about to do?
I leave on the 30th of April, 2022, and start hiking the Pacific Crest Trail.
What are you most excited for the PCT?
It's mostly to just have my freedom of I don't have to worry about going to work. I don't have to worry about getting gas in my car, going to the grocery store, or literally any little life thing. I just have to worry about walking and surviving. I'm also really excited to meet all the really cool people that are out there and explore a different side of the country because I am an East Coast girl.
Generally, what are you nervous for the Pacific Crest Trail? And then answer also logistically, what are you nervous for?
Generally, I'm concerned about my body because I have a lot of overuse injuries, so I'm already going into the trail a little broken down, and I have 22,650 miles to hike. And then logistically, I'm really worried about the fires. In California now, there's a 5th season, and it's called fire season, and it usually kicks people off trail. Some of my friends from last year didn't end up being able to finish the PCT because of the fire closure. And that would really suck because I'm sacrificing a lot to go do this attempt. I'm also someone that really likes to categorize things, and so a thru hike is when you completely hike all through the miles.
Do you think you're a purist?
Not anymore. When I hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2019, where I met your girl Candy Mama over here, I was very much a purist I never took blue blazes, I always followed the white blazes, and I never really thought, I thought it was wrong to do it any other way, but I have since evolved in my thought process of if you're hiking, and that's why we're out there. It's beautiful, so hike your own hike. But get in as many miles. If you say you've done a thru hike, you have to explain what that means to you. And to me, that means hiking every mile.
Yeah. So that's what thru hiking means to you? It's hiking every single mile?
That the trail allows you to hike. Yes.
What is your base weight, and what's your favorite piece of gear in your pack right now?
Oh, right now, my base weight is 12 pounds, 2 ounces. Thank you very much. I am not super ultralight, but I like to be as lightweight as possible. My favorite piece of gear, I don't know, I have a couple. This will be the first time I will be hiking with a sun umbrella for the first 700 miles of the trail, and I'm super excited. I'm bringing some recovery tools this time, which is exciting, a TheraBand and a little spiky massage ball.
What kind of injuries do you have, and are you nervous about your body holding up on the trail?
I currently suffer from tightness in all my IT bands on both sides of my body, left and right. So it stems from my hips all the way down the outside of my legs and the outside of my knees. And then I also have a calf muscle that is just chronically tight. So basically all my injuries are from overdoing it and not resting and recovering over the past year and a half of just running and hiking and skiing and climbing and biking. And my PT has been telling me that pain is bad, but sore is okay. So this hike for me is all about learning to find balance.
What's that look like?
that looks like maybe not doing the extra 5 miles that mentally I can do, but physically I maybe shouldn't. Maybe that means taking a few more Nero days or even a couple 0 days and not always just like flying in and out of places just to get miles in.
So you'd say your miles over smiles?
I say miles make me smile.
What's one piece of advice you would give 2019, March 2019 Rascal before she started on her first through hike?
I would tell her, it's hard because I would tell her not to worry as much, which is something I do as a human being with anxiety. I would tell her to enjoy the people more, even more. I feel like I did, but there was a lot of times that I would just hike away because I wanted to hike. I'd tell her to slow down, chill out, but she's not going to do that. I would also tell her that in the very beginning to change her gut hook to northbound and not hike 200 miles with your map in southbound mode. That was silly.
What are your hopes for this PCT through hike? What are your goals, hopes, things that you want to learn or things that you want to focus on while you're out there?
I just want to enjoy it and take my time because, like when you are not through hiking, you miss it, and you don't really realize that in the moment. I didn't realize that on the AT at all, that I would miss it more than anything in the world. So coming into this one, I have that knowledge. So I think I'll be able to take it a little bit slower, which is really cool. And I think I'll be able to enjoy the people a lot more and just take in those moments and really have a lot of gratitude for the trail and for the people of the trail and not be so like focused on the end and just be like really present.
What are your plans for after the PCT?
I intentionally have kind of left that like untouched and like thinking about it long term. Short term, like right after I finish, I want to travel a little bit more out west and stay out there for just a little while and soak it in. And then I want to visit some family and some friends on the way back to the East Coast. And then I want to go back to where I'm was currently living.
Right now, what is your diet look like? Are you vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, a meat eater? Right now?
Right now, I'm a half-ass vegan. So I don't eat meat and I don't eat dairy, but I eat eggs and like if butters and things, and I'll eat honey and fish to an extent. Like I don't like a lot of fish, but I'll eat the good kind.
I'm excited to see if this changes.
I am too. If my body all of a sudden, like 300-400 miles in is like, we need meat, I'll eat meat.
Pre-PCT, do you think you're going to do the CDT within the next 3 years?
I hope not. The CDT is on my list for sure, but there's a couple other shorter long distance trails that are on my list before that, and a couple other adventure type experiences I want to do, and put a pause on my through hiking.
What's a quote that motivates you a lot?
Fear is just false evidence that appears real. That's one of my favorite quotes.
Well, yeah. Do you want to say anything
to future Rascal?
Future PCT through hiker?
Rascal, I hope you got everything out of this trail that you wanted and needed. I hope it taught you a lot of things. I hope it broke you and then fixed you. I hope you meet more lifelong friends along the trail and that your body is been healed and you will never again, one, take it for granted, but two, feel like your body is the only thing holding you back. And I hope you figure out what the hell you're going to do next, because it's time for a change. Yeah. I don't know. Hope you have fun. I love you, kid.
All right. Well, thank you. Wave goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.
Can you tell us how many followers you have on Instagram
And
and what your Instagram is?
My Instagram is at MeganJoy94, and I have 1,228 followers. Check me out. What? I don't know. Do what you want.